this to a board sore. Okay, hi folks, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to the channel. Greetings, scrappers, scrapettes, planet lovers, recyclers, and everybody else out there. Hi Nita, how are you? Alright. I'm working in close quarters today. Yeah, the latest in the kitchen saga. Tuesday I lost all day waiting around for them to come and they never did. And then there was a mistake on my order. They didn't have the fridge in stock, yada yada yada. I said, that's okay, my fridge works. Come anyway, bring me my dishwasher and my stove. Don't worry about it. They never showed up. They canceled the whole order. Okay, so I call. They said, oh, yes, we're very sorry. And I said, yes, you certainly are. You're as sorry as a company as I ever did see. So, yeah, we rescheduled. And they showed up today and they said, oh, we can't install these. Like, what do you mean you can't? Oh, they're hardwired. We can't do that. I said, well, I'll just have them done when they redo my kitchen floor. I'll have my guy install them. And the guy says to me, well, that's okay. My Home Depot won't let us hardwire, but I know how to do that. And if you pay me extra, I'll be glad to do it for you. At which point I said, take all of your things, pack them back in the truck, and please leave now. I think he thought he was doing me a favor. So it's been, I don't know, just one thing after another with trying to get straightened out here. But that's okay, you know, it'll get there. I had a nice talk with my contractor today, and we've got all that straightened out. All right, so I have a couple of boxes that I was able to get together. Just been super busy, guys. It's the holidays, we're all busy. If you don't see a lot of me, it's, you know, that's the why. I've got rehearsals for Christmas Eve. Thank God in heaven, I don't have to cook this year. Proud to be country. How are ya? You have one awesome channel, dude. I love what you're doing. Great stuff. Nice to see everybody on. You know, I just jumped on kind of quick today. Getting ready to send a load out to our friend Zach over at SellYourBoards.com, and I've been just a wee bit hampered with a couple of things, but yeah, so I scrapped out a bunch of stuff last night, and I've had a lot of it up for sale for a while as complete units, and they're not moving. So I figured, let me get a couple of boxes together for you guys. So this is a Mac Logic board. Came out of one of the Mac computers I had. I could sell that as a high-grade telecom board, but I'm going to put it into one of our boxes. I'm going to try to get a couple of boxes up for sale. I take a large flat rate priority box and I will fill it. This is a nice size. I can ship this. I don't have to worry about the weight. I just have to make sure the box is full. I have 2 of those. You know, when I do these boxes, I'm always looking for things that, you know, we can get to you at a reasonable price. That's a beautiful board, guys. Yeah, and they came out of an old vintage Mac. As I said, I could take these off and I could sell that as a telecom board with no trouble or no question whatsoever. But this is a great board to sell to a home gamer who does gold recovery. And look at the gold in this thing. So there are 2 of those in the box. I left the tantalum capacitors, and of course, you got great gold figures. There are 2 of those in the box. The nice thing about the priority boxes, I can fill them up, and You know, you can do it by volume, which volume as opposed by weight, which I think is really nice. Hello, Alan Rosenberg. Thank you so much. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. So this one, I think, I don't know if I'm going to put that in this box or the other box. This is a large plastic socket motherboard. This particular board has a lot of really good gold recovery on it, so I will make that one available. Even the pins here are very good. So I think I'm going to put that in the box. And I'm going to put this one in the box as well, just because of the good gold recovery here. And it does have nice gold fingers here. So there are 2 logic boards, 2 motherboards, and I don't want to put that one in because that's going to go with my telecom boards. So there's 4 boards so far. Then we have, it's a good heavy box already. And then here, I'm going to add, sounds like a recipe. And now we're going to add 2 pounds of this and a pound of that and a kilo of this and a gram of that. So it's been a long day, guys. I'll be here all week. These are assorted hard drive boards. And I believe I have 1 pound of these. They are all higher grade. So far 4 boards, a pound of non-SATA hard drive boards. This came off a really old hard drive. So there is 1 pound of hard drive boards. So you've got the 2 telecom boards, 2 motherboards, one of which has gold fingers, and a pound of hard drive boards. High grade. That's good stuff, guys. You guys do gold recovery. That's some good stuff there. And let's see, we need to get 1 more item into that box. So those hard drive boards sell at, I think they're give or take a little bit about 20 bucks a pound right now. So there's a pound there, that's 20 bucks worth of value. The high grade telecom boards are at $10.50. So there's $20, and those motherboards are probably worth about 5 bucks a shot. So that's about 60 bucks so far in the box, give or take a little bit. And of course we're going to get that up just a little bit. And we're going to add to this box 2 pounds of gold finger cards. Okay, so there'll be 2 pounds of gold finger cards in here. I sometimes throw these in with my gold finger cards. These are backplane boards. There's lots of good gold recovery there. But, if you can't get RAM, guys, grab some gold finger cards. And there are 2 pounds of gold finger cards here. I cleaned them for you. There's no junk on there. And if the box doesn't sell, I'll just ship it off the board store. But I try to make, I try to make shippable stuff available to you guys when I can. I will put this up on my profile page, and so on and so forth. This is pretty. This came off of a 1995 IBM. The IBM that I took it out of was older. What was it? A PS2 motherboard? Not PlayStation. It was a PS2 motherboard. I've been trying to sell that computer for months, and one of my subscribers said the problem is, that chip, it's a 286, DSX 286. I said, yeah. I said, I know. They had no speed, no guts. He said, nobody's going to buy the board for retro gaming. It's just, he said, you made a good decision. Go ahead and scrapping it. I figured, 6 weeks was more than enough to hang on to it. So that one did get scrapped yesterday. That's the motherboard I got out of it. Now, what the problem with these is this thing right here. This is this was a 286. This was one of the earlier ceramic processors. They were very slow, and they went out of favor very quickly. It had a couple of ceramic chips on it. I've got to look up where to grade this at. I think they grade these as slot processor boards because it had slot processor. I have to double check that one, but I could put that into one of the gold boxes if I put the 2 EEPROMs back on. It's not going to work. It's not a good board even on a good day. It wasn't a good board. Lots of gold recovery though, but that's not going to be in this box. That might go into another box. This box is just about done already, just with these 3 bags. So 2 pounds of gold finger cards. As I said, they're worth so that's probably 20 bucks for the bag of gold finger cards, probably 20 bucks for the bag of hard drive boards, and probably about 60 bucks worth of boards, including the 2 high-grade boards. So there it is, guys. That's a $100 box. That box is ready. Yeah, really a good box. Hi, JJ. Welcome aboard. So that box will be listed later on today. I'll put it on my profile page where you can go and order that. This is a large flat rate priority box, and it is full. Okay. What you see is what you get. I'll go put that one off to the side. I think the thing with reselling e-scrap is trying to find enough e-scrap trying to find shippable e-scrap. A lot of it just doesn't ship. It's too big. And what happens is there becomes no value to you guys when you buy it. When I do the Goldie boxes, okay, this is ready to go. This is 1.8 pounds of all kinds of ceramic gold bearing material. There's almost 2 pounds here. Probably by the time I top it off, there'll be a total of 2 pounds. So this is going into box number 2. If you're interested in some particular component and I haven't sold the box, yeah, give me a holler, because I will, I don't mind pulling that. I don't remember what these are going for a pound right now. Probably 20 bucks. There's no Dallas chips, no Dallases in here. They're all ceramics and good gold bearing material. So there's almost 2 pounds there. It's 1.8. So this is going to start box number 2. I probably will see if I can find, well, if the bag of ceramics is in there, I don't have to worry about it. I think I'm going to put this guy into board number 2. Just because I think I think it'll fit into box number, it'll fit. Yeah, this will fit. So we're going to pop this guy into box number 2. So we'll get this guy. We'll get that nice bag of ceramic chips that I just had up there. Yeah, Stevens, I don't recover gold. What I do is it's not for me. We have little kids in and out of the house all the time, and I don't handle the cold weather well. So my market, Stevens is asking me if I could show the gold that I recover. My market is people who do gold recovery. I try to find e-scrap, and I know enough about that to know what works well for gold recovery. So I sell it to people who do gold recovery. I say, that's just not my bailiwick. It might be someday. I mean, I certainly am studying about it, but right now, no, I just like doing what I'm doing. Okay, so box number 2 will have that IBM box. Number 2 will have that IBM box. I'm calling you an insurance quotes. That's nice. Leave me alone. Tell you, I love the new Apple up. If you haven't upgraded your Apple iPhone, oh gosh, get the new upgrade. I love it. It screens spam calls. If they don't recognize it in your contact list, it goes into screening. It asks the person for their name and the reason for their call. It posts a message up, and if I want to take it, I can. If they aren't legitimate, they usually hang up. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, sorry it interrupted my live. I apologize. Respectable? Yeah, like I said, it works out pretty well for me. I've done really well on my other site on the store. You can read through the comments. People here from TikTok, actually, who have bought a lot of my product for gold recovery. So we'll go ahead and start box number 2 with this board here. I know I got distracted when the phone rang. There's good gold recovery here. There should be gold here. And if you're going to get the bag of ceramic chips, it's really not going to hurt you that I already took them off because they're in that bag. I sell these for scrap, guys. I don't sell them as working boards. Lots of good gold flashing here. And again, this is something I can ship. It fits in the priority box. And that was what I was starting to say before the phone rang. The big boards, the larger size boards that won't fit into these, there's really no value for you guys as you know, for the home gamers. If you want to buy it, you wind up paying so much to ship the thing, the big boards, and there's a lot of waste on it. So what I do is I look for stuff that doesn't have that kind of waste. All right. Let's see what else we're going to put in the box. So we're going to start with that board. And that nice baggie of chips, wherever the heck that just went. Where did it go? So again, this will be, it's almost 2 pounds. They're all CPUs. There's no Dallas, there's no Dallas chips in there. There's a Motorola chip in there too. It shouldn't be in there, but I showed it to you. It's in there. I got a bunch of ceramic chips and a bunch of gold chips. I don't know what to do. You know, it's like, I always worry what goes up is going to come flying back down again, you know. So far in that box is that one board, 2 pounds of ceramic chips, and this is about a pound of, I wonder what was wrong with my scale. I had it set on kilos. They don't do kilograms. And this is 1 pound of SATA boards. These are off CD-ROMs, off hard drives. And these are the SATA as opposed to the non-SATA high grades. These are the lower grade. Still pretty good for gold recovery. You got good gold fingers, you got good chips. And again, they're small. They're not, you know, small enough that it's something we can ship. Okay, so motherboard, the IBM 286 motherboard, 2 pounds of ceramic chips, 1 pound of low-grade hard drive boards. They're not really low-grade, it's just how board sort grades them. They grade them high-grade, low-grade. And then we'll fill the box the rest of the way with what are called IDE connectors. These came off of CD-ROMs. They're older, but they've got the 2 rows of gold pins. So I've got, I think, about 2 pounds of those. That's in the box. That'll all be in the box. Every little bit of it will be in the box. I'll throw a couple of these in there too. These are peripheral cards. I got them off of servers. They're full of gold here, and there's a chip here. They're a high-grade peripheral card. So is this. Just like I said, these boxes, I can fill them. It doesn't matter because they go by what I can fit in the box. Not really. So another one. So that box is ready to go. These were really nice. I might get a couple of more of these tonight when I scrap the other 2 Dell Blade servers. Look at the gold pins. Anytime you see something like this, well, there's gold under here. This one doesn't show it because of the sticker. These are beautiful. I wish I could get. I used to sell these by the boxful, but I can't. I don't get them that often anymore. They go into the top of the Blade server. It functions like a backplane board. This chip does its thing by connecting here. These are beautiful gold pins. So those are in the box. I think I've only got a couple of them. Maybe 3, maybe 4, but I might get some more tonight. If I get more, I'll add them. There's 4 of them. Yeah, I used to sell those separately, but now that I do the, now that we do the boxes, I think the boxes are just a better value. You know, and again, there's just some more gold bearing material, some more of those older CD-ROM boxes, boards. But, you know, these boxes, I filled them up. I think, you know, $99 is a good price for this board, especially considering this and the hard drive boards. So the value of the box is certainly there. And as I said, I fill them. There's no room left. I have RAM, but I'm really holding it right now. I don't know what to do. Part of me is screaming, sell it while the price is up. And the other part of me is saying, no. Now something like this, I'll add in for a little extra value. It's got nothing really chip-wise, but good, you know, going to the gold bearing box. And I always throw in some extra goodies. So we always do that. By the way, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. I do know that there are a lot of other people on. I will upload this to the channel afterwards, so you'll be able to go back and take a look-see. Yeah, so everything in the box is gold bearing material, guys. That's actually a that has to go in the other box. That's a high grade box. That's a high grade CD-ROM. This came off a 3.5 floppy. As I said, the feedback I've gotten from people who bought these boxes from me is very good. They're happy with it. They get more than enough value. I'll put some of these in too. These came off medical equipment, but really good gold pins there. And I have a bucket full of these. They're still on their face plates, but I took a few off. Like I said, I like to make sure the box is good and full. It doesn't matter because it's going by contents, not by weight, because it's priority mailbox. Another good gold bearing unit. Another peripheral card. You know, you got to think outside the box because it's getting so darn hard to get RAM. I'll put a bit of a description under them too, so you'll know which box is which if you decide you're interested in, you know, every one of these boxes. And, yeah. So my next project is going to be to scrap out some Dell Blade servers. I think I'll add this. Get back over here where you belong. I'll add this little baggie of goodness too. These are just nice. These are nice gold pins. They came off the Blade servers. I'll pop that in the box too. So box number 2 has approximately 2 pounds of low-grade hard drive boards. It has that nice motherboard. It has this 2 pounds of ceramic chips and a lot of IDE connectors. And I'll top it off a little bit tonight. It'll be good and full for you. Ooh, I'll tell you, that's heavy. Ooh, this is why I like to use the priority mail. So here's the box as of right now. I'll top it off a little bit more. I'll probably put some more of those IDE pins in. And I've got a couple of other things to scrap tonight, so that box will also be full. So those 2 boxes are ready to go, guys. I will put them on my profile page so you'll know where to order them. And that's about it for... When are you going... probably tonight, Nita. In just a little bit while. I'm always pissed at you know there, Nita. Yeah, Nita has bought some boxes from me as well. And, you know, like I said, you can ask any of our subscribers here what, you know, if they've been happy with the boxes, and they have. If you see a box go by and you don't want to deal with the other forum, I can't say it because otherwise I get a restriction on my life, just hit me in the messages. I can invoice you through PayPal. If you're looking for specific Material, I'll get to the point soon where I have it in stock and you can just order it by the pound. I've just got, that's the eventual goal. I do on the website, thecomputerscrapper.com. I got offered Boku bucks to sell that the other day. I almost did it, but it's really too good a site to, and with what I want to do with it, it's too good a site to let go. So anyway, those are the 2 boxes that are getting ready to be pisted, Nita, on my online store, and there will be a link on the profile page, and you can refer back to this video to see what's in the box. So I'm wishing you all well. Thank you for stopping by and visiting. I will try and get I'll try to get a live in Saturday. I don't know, it's just getting so close to the holidays, guys, and I have church and this, that, and the other thing, and that's why I wanted to make sure I got on today, just to say hello and let you know that I had indeed been able to get a couple of boxes ready. These are where you get those IDE pins from, any kind of old drives, and they're very, very gold rich. The board is, the drive itself is really not resellable. I have no way to test them to see if they work, and they're over 20 years old. Some of them are even 30 years old. So that's where you get these nice IDE pins. I'll take this one off, I'll add that to the box too. So I think it's a pretty good list of boxes. Like I said, when I get them pisted, Nina, you're never gonna live that down. She wanted to know when I was going to post them in my other store. There was a typo, it said pisted. Nina's gonna, Nina, what did you buy for me last time? I forgot. I know Nina's bought a couple of boxes from me. And they were good boxes, I think. Dennis buys a lot of boxes from me. Thomas Q buys a lot of boxes from me. Dave Donahue buys a lot of boxes from me. I mean, really, you don't have to do anything except process it. It's you don't have to take things apart. You don't have to go to the scrapyard, and it's all done. And I know enough about what has gold in it and what doesn't, that I know when I put the box together, it's a good box for you. Like I said, if I was a person who did gold refining, this is all stuff I'd be saving. But that's just it's just not a, me refining gold is just not going to happen. I still have so much going on at the house. I'm having a new workshop built in the spring. If I were to start gold refining, that was when I would do it. But right now, it's just, it's not for me. So I'm just as happy making material available for those of you who do gold refine. God bless you. Just to show you real quick what's here, this is what I'm working on tonight. These are dual socket. They put them as a multi-socket server board. These are now selling for $10.50 a pound. That is the best price I have ever seen them sell for. The call for high-grade telecom and high-grade boards is sky high right now. I've got 2 big pickups tomorrow, which is why I don't know if I'm going to get anything else up. Some of the things you'll find on this board: gold bands, gold edged. You'll find tandem. These are good for silver recovery. These are crystal oscillators. Those are something I usually kind of nick off. But I've got to clean the plastic up, and I've got to get the metal plate off. It's just being held right here. There's good gold here, and gold here where the power supplies was. Now see, this board is something I'm going to ship to a buyer, a board buyer, because of the amount of waste on this. For a home gamer, this is all rubbish. Well, this isn't. But I mean, there's a lot of waste on here, and it's not that I wouldn't be glad to ship it. I'd be glad to, but there's no value for you guys by the time it gets there. And you've paid $2 or $3, $2 a pound to ship it. There's not enough value there. That's why I don't sell these. I sell them locally. If you're in the Connecticut area and you want to buy boards, yeah, give me a holler. I've got Gaylord boxes full. But that's why I try to make the smaller gold-bearing boxes available to you guys. Just the damn shipping, it's ridiculous. So, yeah. All right, everybody. I'm going to clean up the mess I just made, and I'm going to get these 2 boxes posted in the store, and they will be $99. It's a large flat rate priority box, and again, it'll be packed full. There won't be any wasted space in there, I promise. And if you're not happy with me, you call me and let me know, and I'll take care of you. All right, Arrivederci, all. See you when I see you, hopefully soon. Bye-bye.